feel like every time that I have a client come in for the first time, I always ask them, do you know the Aftercare? Has anybody before you gone over it? Is it your first tattoo? What are we working with? And I'd say 99% of the time, they don't know. You don't know, right? You can only look stuff up on the internet, and there's mixed reviews everywhere for Aftercare. So let's talk a little bit about what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do for Aftercare. So it takes about 2 weeks for the skin to heal on top, 8 weeks to fully heal all the way through. So for those 2 weeks, you want to be very careful about the environment that you put your tattoo in. That meaning showers, shampoos, lotions, potions. The number one thing is use the Aftercare that you're given after appointment. So the moisturizer and the soap that I give are special for tattoos. Now let's say you don't get an Aftercare kit from your artist. The best soap to use is going to be probably like a Dial Gold. Just make sure there's no fragrances, additives, anything like that. We need it to be plain soap and just wash once a day and then moisturize after that. The moisturizer that I do recommend is actually going to be a grapeseed and vitamin E oil. It's really great for reducing any scarring and then also leaving you just with a better result overall. Now, every artist has a different preference of right when you are done with your tattoo, what they cover it with, right? You've seen probably the saran wrap, you've seen Saniderm, there's a couple Tegaderm, there's a couple different ones. It really just depends if you're going to be allergic to silicone or latex. If you are, don't put it on, and you're going to go with the 2 weeks of washing and moisturizing and making sure it's staying clean. If you are okay with it, I recommend leaving it on as long as possible, even up to a week. I would do, if it was my own, 3 to 4 days. Now, what are the don'ts? The don'ts are going to be no sweat, no sun, no water. Now, what does that mean? It means that once you get your tattoo, you're going to want to keep sweat out of it as much as possible. And the reason being is when you sweat, those sweat glands release the oil attaches or gets next to the ink and helps it flow out. So you're going to have less color retention, less ink in the skin. Now, when you're thinking about sweating, you're like, how do I not sweat, right? Obviously, no gym, no saunas, no hot tubs, nothing like that that's going to raise the body temperature enough to make you sweat. Now, the only thing to be concerned about when moisturizing is just make sure you're not over moisturizing. Now, what does over moisturizing mean? It means don't glump a bunch of moisturizer on there. Nice thin layer, let it soak in, pea size is perfect. Now let's say you're getting a different colored tattoo. Healing's the same. That's one question that I definitely get a lot is, let's say I get a red ink tattoo, is do I have to do different Aftercare? No, everything's the same. I do the same exact thing for my permanent makeup clients. It's still the 2 weeks of Aftercare. And if there's something going on after that, then we address it at the touch-up. Don't forget, if you have any more tattoo questions, drop them in the comments.